Hi there, and welcome to World History 2. This is the first week of class, so hopefully you've been able to move through all the resources that are posted in the block above this block. It's kind of the 0-week block. Make sure you move through all of those, and then make sure you move through all the resources in this block as well, because they'll kind of give you some sense of how my course works and what's expected. We only have one physical text this semester, and it's a short text that hopefully you found it inexpensively as well, but we don't need it until week 6. So for the first 5 weeks we'll be using all virtual resources, and then we'll kind of dive into that text for the last 2/3 of the semester. I am changing things up this semester. I wanted to move to a less expensive text and really use more online resources to make this course more accessible to folks. And what I am doing is I'm making some kind of editorializing on world history. And so what we're going to do is move through the first 400 years at a breakneck speed, almost 100 years per week. And then we're going to cruise to a halt right around 1880, 1900. The reason I'm doing this is that we're going to capture those big themes from those 400 years and then use them to understand the major global events of the 20th century and keep referring to them as we go. What I really want to make sure that we do is that we understand those pivotal events of the 20th century, but that we understand how the previous 400 years set up those events. So hopefully you'll find this to be an engaging format. You'll learn about the things that people usually want to learn about when they study world history, and it will be interesting and accessible. But I realize that it is a little funny. But basically, people are usually very familiar with the Renaissance because you've studied it since you were little, but then you don't understand how that's connected to the Age of Discovery, and how that's connected to imperialism, and why that led to World War I. And those are really, that's where I want to arrive sooner rather than later. So in this format, what we'll basically be able to do is spend more of our time really understanding the consequences of all of those different eras. So hopefully this will be an engaging semester. There are places where I ask you to do kind of funny things like IDSs, and that I always want to make sure we're keeping that global perspective. It's so easy to get Eurocentric in this particular topic, so hopefully I'm remembering to broaden out and really look at the global picture. But we can do that more as we get into the 20th century as well. Alright, never hesitate to email me, either through Moodle or email. Just know on the weekends I'm usually on Moodle more. And then if you have any other questions, please email me. But remember that if your question is answered in the course description, I probably won't answer it. I'll tell you to go read the course description. So just make sure you read everything before you ask questions like that. Otherwise, I'm usually very accessible. Alright, hopefully this is fun, and I am very glad you're here. Thanks.